Good morning, Nigeria. Good morning, world. You are welcome to Morning Spring Wednesday midweek edition of this program for the week on your award-winning channel, Western Spring Television, beaming live on channel 190 and StarTimes DTT, that's channel 190, and also on YouTube at Western Spring Television, where loud, crisply clear, beaming live, shining through and bringing it to you right there where you are. We're very happy that you have joined us again. Femi Ojo is my name. This is Morning Spring O'Clock every weekday, 7 a.m., where we look into issues of public good. Please, if it's about Nigeria and Nigerians, this is where such conversation happens. You are welcome. And Daniel is here. Good morning.
Good morning, Femi.
Yeah, how was your night?
Great. How was yours?
Very well. Restful, actually. In fact, to the extent that I almost woke up late.
Wow, wow.
It was a cool night,
very
kind
cool
of,
night,
but
yeah.
thank God for life. It's good to be back.
Absolutely. Great to be back. Yeah,
Right.
great to be alive. Good morning, Nigerians. Good morning to all our distinguished viewers all over the world. It's a pleasure to have you join us once again on Morning Spring. This is Western Spring Television. Emeka Daniel is my name. Always a pleasure to be here. It's a cool Wednesday morning. Rest assured, we are bringing you the best of news and information, and of course, the critical conversations, discussions, and analysis that you do not want to miss. And that's exactly what we're bringing your way today again. Once again, thank you for joining us. A lot has been happening. Just yesterday, the presidency, after the president, gave out cash bonuses to the Super Falcons for their victory at WAFCON, $100,000 each for the players, about 24 of them, then of course $50,000 for the technical team. Some Nigerians, actually believed that the money was too much. Yeah. But I said they deserved it, because if you were in their shoes, you wouldn't say the money is too much for you, right? So they actually deserve it. But some Nigerians are of the opinion that no, they got too much. But the presidency came out to say that, how about a program, a show like BB Niger, giving the winner, allocating 150 million naira to the winner. Wow. So what are we talking about? And a lot of Nigerians believe that BB Niger is just a mediocre show to some people. To those who are fans, I don't watch BB Niger.
And we actually have one winner.
Yeah.
It's only one winner that we have that 150 million.
Yeah.
And the 150 million naira is not only in cash. It's cash and gift items, totally 150 million naira. So it's not that everybody at the BBN house will get 150. So absolutely. I wonder what a justification that was actually. Because for me, I think you can justify, but for the presidency to justify and base their action on such a show, with due respect to BBN, and say BBN is the justification. That, okay, invariably what Mr. Bayo Ononuga, speaking on behalf of the president, by the way, means is if BBN can give people or the winner, and that's only one win. I wonder what kind of justification. You are talking about almost a 24-man team with coaches and everybody, and you are justifying it that the winner of BBN, only one person will have 150 million. Yeah. But I even feel that was too low a justification. It's an action of the government. If you have something to do, you feel is right to do, fine, find out that justification. But for you to now go and say 150 million naira is what is being paid at BBN. We are talking about the person who speaks for Nigeria's president.
Yeah, see, let's try to understand him. Let's look at it from this angle.
Okay, here you go.
What Bayononka feels like, if a show like BBN should be given the winner 150 million, well, I guess his point of view is that something as irrelevant as BBN, if the winner of the show, I'm trying to, I'm trying to look at the perspective here, that for him to say, for him to have, used BBN, it simply means that if someone who won BBN, Big Brother Niger, can get 150 million, how much more, winners of WAFCON? So that's, from that point of view, maybe that's the way he's saying it, that if BBN can give 150 million to, to the winner, why can't we do better?
Well, it depends on who you are talking with. Now, we are talking about serious act of the government now, but this is about benevolence, actually. And for me, I don't have issues with it. But the thing is, would they be able to maintain it? Actually, the basketball girls are in their competition right now. If they win, so that you put the same thing, or you go higher. The Super Eagles, the men team, whenever they do something, or what does that do to other sports? That means you must put it on that same pedestal. The issue here is the pedestal.
No, Femi, this is a gift. This is a gift. So no one should be entitled.
Hold on. No, a gift
be entitled.
on behalf of the federal government of Nigeria to its athletes that have done well. So if you've given the Super Falcons $100,000 with whatever you have done, the basketballer will be the champions. Hopefully, they have been champions before. The girls, they're doing well. The Tigers, they go ahead to claim, because this will be an incentive for them, actually. More incentive, rather. So if they go ahead to win, Nigerians will be waiting. If the men's team win, Nigerians will be waiting. The thing is, you have started it. Right. Now, you said a show as irrelevant. I'm sure that many young people will not you will run into serious problem by saying BBM is irrelevant. No.
We are just trying to. I'm trying to tap into the.
No, you are playing it down.
Of Bayononga. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. To say this is, I'm not a fan of BBN, but then for whoever, it has started actually. So for those who love it, fine. I don't think it's, well, that's my personal opinion. It doesn't matter now. Now, he has started that. In fact, some thought that was a mistake. When the president mentioned that, okay, because they say sometimes the president read off script. He has, proven that over and over. Okay, but when Bayo Ononuga came out to say, we know what we are doing, and we have a reason. So if a show, that particular show, BBN can offer 150 million now, my own justification, his own justification is BBN gives only one person. You have given almost 24. And houses, and all of those. For the houses, I think is super gift to anybody. Even if you're giving a house to Dangote, even if he doesn't live in that house, it's something that is worth it. Actually, it's nice. The OON, super, forever. It can't be removed except you have a criminal record. It can never, and there are things that are attached to being OON. Your diplomatic stuff, you travel at the airport, you are given preferential treatment, and all of those things, it comes with it. And then that's the honor of your country. I think that's super. But for the 100,000 naira, somebody asked a question yesterday on a forum where this was being discussed to say, if one of the girls were to be your sister, will you maintain this same position?
That's a fact. It. Yeah.
But then I feel what they have started is a precedent. You must be able to maintain. In December, don't tell us you give some people $10,000 and then you know how nature react to these things. There'll be grievances and all of those things to say, are the girls or the football girls, the Super Falcons, bigger than other athletes and all of those things. But then another angle is this. What happens to other persons that are working? Where you want to talk, you can splash, millions of dollars right now, because this will total to millions of dollars. Actually, 100,000 to 24.
2.4 for the players alone,
and then $50,000 each for the coaching. At least we are talking about almost $3 million or something, roughly speaking. And then ASU will come very soon and say for our 30 days of consistent work of 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, and the pensioners will come and say these are some of the things.
Sammy, I don't think they should look at it that way.
No, you are not thinking. There are some people who feel what they want from the same federal government is that they should just add something to suit the reality. By the way, some people serving, donning the colors of their, of their country, they have just gone on a 30-day competition, and they are coming back, with millions of naira. This is not bad belly, the way we say it in Nigeria to the girls. But, optics matters. Now, other parts of the sector will be waiting. In fact, some of them who possibly are trying to be understanding before will come out to say, it's not that we don't have money. It's only that they don't prioritize us. So if you think, you see the angle now. If some feel it's okay for the girls, by the time other people too come and say, this is our work, help us. The economy is swallowing whatever we are making, and you are telling them, please hold on. Please hold on. That is.
Yeah, I understand.
For many persons.
Yes, I understand.
$100,000.
Yeah.
That's much.
Yeah, but
I think it's
they
much.
should also say this way. I mean, even Jesus Christ himself said this in a parable, you know, when a man was calling people to work, you know, in his vineyard. Some people started working in the morning, some came later in the day, and some just came just an hour to the close of work. And he also gave them the same thing. Now, when they started complaining, he said, no, it's my money. You don't tell me how to spend it.
That's Jesus' parable.
Exactly. Yeah,
that's one in Nigeria people's money.
That's what I'm saying.
Not an individual's money. The money that's being spent now is not Bola Ahmed Tinubu's money. And that's a different context you are quoting. That's quoting off text. This is not a rich man
who
give
hold on.
people.
Yes, what I'm trying to
Bola
what I'm
Tinubu
trying to
Ahmed
say
Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president.
what I'm trying to say
who
is this.
is showing his benevolence and gratitude to people that have done well.
Yes.
You know, and giving them such money. I'm only saying there are other people too that are doing well.
Yeah, I understand.
And the money being distributed is not gas money. It's the
but the point is,
money.
as long as it is not statutory, okay, there is no law backing it. He just did it out of how do I put it now? You know, just out of his own volition. It's not as if there's any law that says you have to give any winner this particular amount. So others should not necessarily think that they will get the same thing. It may not be so.
I hope one day you represent Nigeria in something and you will maintain this energy. Because they can just, how about anybody just, you come back from such a competition, you have won something, and the president come and say, Daniel Emeka, this is you. Take a presidential handshake. Take a picture with me, you know. And I'll take you back to your village.
And I'll be like, Baba,
everybody clap for
$100,000.
No. You have said we should maintain the energy. It's as easy as that. But I think whatever the girls have been given right now, that's even from the federal government. Very soon, corporate bodies, some banks, identifying with them right now. And then state governments too, we call their own. Say, let's celebrate you. It's good to be successful, actually.
Absolutely.
And this is not downplaying what the girls have done. It has taken their sweat, some their blood, some injuries, some sacrifice. You know, I saw a podcast yesterday of Victor Boniface on a program, quite a witty, humorous guy. And he was talking about how sometimes, even when you are making that money, during the season, almost 9 months, or 8 months, right, of consistent football, from August to May, at least in the Premier League now, you might not even get to enjoy whatever you need. Because every money, you're at the training center, sometimes you go later, sometimes you're on the road trip. Yeah. You come back from Champions League, come back, you have an away game, and then you come back from that same place. There is no single day they will give to you to say, oh, go and sleep. No. If it's in Chelsea, you report at Cobhams, you know, the following day, and that's the way it is all over. So the only time they get to do that is when they go on this summer, like they are currently now. So that's, you see them going all over the place. And even at that, you are given a training regimen as a person, as a player, for you to follow. You can't just wake up for that next 30 days and say you won't do anything. There will still be monitored. Because by the time you show up at the preseason, they don't expect you to have
show with a pot belly.
Exactly. So these guys do a lot to keep fit. There are some things they can't eat. There are some painkillers they can't take because it will amount to doping or some of those things. And, you know, even their public life, the camera is always there. They can't just do anything that they want. So they deserve everything that they get. But I hope the federal government will maintain the same energy whenever people do great things, especially in education. Actually, it's not just only in sport. There are people that are blazing the trail, winning competitions all over. And at the end of the day, they are given laptops. Even the one that is given laptop is lucky.
Absolutely.
They are given a graduating, overall best graduate in the university will be given 10,000
naira. That's a point.
You know, somebody has said is, you know, the archaic university laws that was given, you know, far back, that needs to be repealed. And who will repeal it? If you are saying, okay, this is what the law has stated that you should be given. But if it's about the ASU, the NASU, or the SUSU, you know, they will do something. And I hope that archaic law, you know, just like the tax law being repealed, I mean, you know, we have another tax law. And I think the president, we are sent there tomorrow, this week or thereabout. You know, this is where we are. So that people studying, burning the midnight candles. You know what it means to be the overall in a university, in a set? That means for all your faculty, you are the winner. For all your department, you are the guy. And then overall, you are given 10,000. You know that big drone check?
They are telling you that it doesn't really matter. It's not worth the while. That's what they're trying to say.
I think many things needs to be done rightly. But this is not by any means downplaying the effort of the girls, they have done well.
Yeah. But I guess all the uproar and everything is just as a result of the level of poverty in Nigeria currently. The level of hardship and poverty.
Especially the moment people calculate the money, $100,000,
and they'll be like, wow.
In Nigeria,
so that's just it.
You know, all of those things. And, you know, some other issues, again, with the president mentioning those awards the cash gift in dollars. I said, this is Nigeria. Whatever, I think the federal government was being clever by half. And you asked me why.
Yeah, maybe they were trying to downplay it a little bit.
The money,
exactly.
The cash.
Yeah.
But I think it's not the way it should be. This is Nigeria. Mentioning 150 million naira. If it's too much for you, if you think it sounds too much, you know, then it's not worth it. How can my president be gifting his own girl that have done the Nigerian colors on Nigerian soil, speaking to Nigerian girls, and is giving them money in dollars?
Well, that's the dollarization.
I think it's improper.
That's it. That's
and
reality.
It's not patriotic enough. Are you ashamed of the naira? Let's see it that way. Is the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ashamed of saying it's Nigeria's money? We are giving it to Nigerian girls. This is 150 million naira take.
Let me hold on. Mr. President operates at the dollar level. You know, we have levels. He operates at the dollar.
I don't care. If he was still the private citizen, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, maybe I wouldn't care. Many Nigerians wouldn't care. But it's the Nigerian president, the first marketer of Nigeria. Everything Nigerian starts with that man. And he wants to give an award. He's mentioned. Now, they were being clever. They said the naira equivalent. What exactly does that mean? Semantics.
What?
Why should you? It's like Donald Trump saying he's giving his girls or his boys or anyone that has done one in a 10,000
in
pounds.
naira. No, exactly.
10,000 pounds. I mean, dollar equivalent of 10,000 pounds. I'm sure Americans will look at it and say, what's wrong? Donald, what's wrong with you? I think it's not good. It doesn't all go well. And he speaks to the mindset of the people up there. You know, the naira is for you people. And then, just like you said, the dollars is for the big boys. And we still come back and say, we're Nigeria, spend Nigeria, eat Nigeria, do whatever with Nigeria. But when my president wanted to gift to Super Falcons who have done the Nigeria color, he mentioned the award and said naira equivalent, like you are ashamed.
Yeah, I think the citizens of Nigeria are even more Nigerian than the leaders.
Is the president ashamed of mentioning naira? What does naira equivalent mean? Okay, so when you guys, you know, whatever I'm giving you is in naira, but let's mention it in dollars. Are we Americans? Have I no try and talk that?
All right.
Let's just take it that way. Yeah. All right, so we'll take a quick break right now. And of course, the program will continue. It's Morning Spring on Western Spring Television. Stay with us. Interesting, you know, for whatever it is, something is being whispered into my ear, you know, and I'm hearing money is the root of all evil. You know, people quote these things out of context. The actual Bible verse talk about the love of money. Not just money. The love of money being the root.
And I was about to say, dear Mr. President, regardless of every controversy behind it, if you're still interested in giving out $100,000, hey, who am I to say no? Come on, bring it on.
It's not this program you used to appeal for that. And whatever, if you think you deserve something, go and do something that will bring joy.
No, I'm just saying that's why I'm saying the girls deserve it. So I have no problem at all with them getting, if you like, let them give them $1 million. I have no problem with that.
Yeah. No, you'd rather give them $1 billion. We're okay with that. Don't let them give out money in dollars again. Please.
After all, these monies, if they don't give it to the girls, some of these monies will still be mismanaged. So that's why I don't bother. I'm not bothered about it.
Crocodiles will feast on them.
That's
and
just
snakes will carry them. And baboon will make
So let the girls get it, for God's sake. Let them get it. Let them take it.
Interesting what we have become. I will start the newspaper headline segment from the Punch. Punching in hard this morning. Power rotation debate heats up as North reviews Tinubu's scorecard. Power rotation debate heat up as North reviews Tinubu's scorecard. We look into that because of the program today. And there is a rider to that. Tinubu must complete 80 years, say Afeni Ferry, Middlebelt Forum. And opposition tackle APC's zoning stand. All right. Opposition tackle APC's zoning stand. And below that, you have, here we go. It has started. This is the chief executive, the chairman of Premium Trust Bank, Dr. Efe Emefenim, with the captain of the Super Falcons, Rashida Rajibade, the coach there, and, many other persons. Naihotoa set up panel to sanction tourism offenders. All right, and Olubado, Olakuleyin for burial, August 8. Olubado, Olakuleyin for burial, August 8. All right, and here nurses shun federal government talks, again warning strike today. Nurses shun federal government talks, again warning strike today. So what I was talking about right now.
Doctors started there.
Yeah.
Now nurses.
Now, it's not just because of the Falcons, right? Because this agitation have been on ground. But the thing is, how the federal government make an argument that they don't have money now? That's the thing. They have, everybody has something to hold on to.
Yeah.
You won't tell us you can splash $3 million on less than 40 people, and the rest of us that we are maintaining, running the health sector, that we have not, yet jackpot, you will tell us that we should hold on. This is one of the arguments. State accused federal government of sabotaging power sector decentralization. State accused federal government of sabotaging power sector decentralization. I think that's a sector that's been liberalized. Where's these bottlenecks coming from? Now, 20 trillion naira audit, or 210 trillion naira audit. Senate demands NNPC response in 3 weeks. NNPC response in 3 weeks. All right. So, or else, well, we're happy. That's no question.
You've given them ultimatums before, so what happened?
Or else, what will happen? As many Nigerians are even used to it. You can only hound or, threaten, they possibly have not. But the real big boys, when they are done, they will come and then they will tell you, we apologize, everything goes on. That's all. What can they do?
Absolutely.
Exactly. Now, North split over Tinubu marginalization claim. North split over Tinubu marginalization claim. And that will be all from the Punch for today.
And from the Punch newspaper, we move to the front page of the Nation newspaper. On the Nation newspaper this morning, Yewada Akume Yahaya Sani rally north for Tinubu. Yewada Akume Yahaya Sani rally north for Tinubu. With riders right there. Aliyu, region's elites to blame for woes. And below that, we have ACF, NFF, seek more federal support for infrastructure development. You can read up that story on the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning. I'm moving to the top strip. First Lady's Arichai lifts Benue attack victims with 1 billion naira. First Lady Sarichai lifts Benue attack victims with 1 billion naira. Well, that's a good one. I mean, for victims of Benue attacks, of course, they deserve this. Let's just hope this money gets to the right people. The right people.
The right people.
Yeah. That's the point. They do deserve that. No one will complain, about that. They deserve that. Besides that, we have another story. Transcorp Group raked in 379.7 billion naira in first half. Transcorp Group raked in 379.7 billion naira in first half, with a rider 4.06 billion naira for shareholders. That's a good one there for shareholders of Transcorp Group, making so much profit in first half of 2025 alone. Beside that, we have another story. FIRS holds tax exemption to firms, NGOs in free trade zones. You find a story on page 7. FIRS, that's the Federal Inland Revenue Service, holds tax exemption to firms, NGOs in free trade zones. Below that, patients discharged as nurses join doctors' strike in Lagos. Patients discharged as nurses join doctor strike in Lagos. You find a story on page 5. So whether or not the patients are okay, they are being discharged because the nurses are embarking on strike, joining the doctors, and this is quite unfortunate. I mean,
in Lagos?
Yeah, in Lagos. Just like you said, I mean, especially this season where, you know, the federal government is splashing money.
Right.
I mean, they'll feel like, we deserve a share, deserve a cut.
That's more arguments to make. So it's not the lack of money. It's because you don't think we deserve it.
Yeah, you don't value us enough. Quite unfortunately, we're talking about a critical sector of the economy, healthcare sector. Quite unfortunately, let's just hope they resolve that issue as soon as possible. Moving on to other stories, still on the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning. Respond to AG's queries on 210 trillion naira cash, Senate tells NNPCL. Respond to AGF queries on 210 trillion naira cash, Senate tells NNPCL. With a rider, we didn't say money missing or stolen. We didn't say money missing or stolen. They just want answers. They just want answers. Just respond. And that's what that inquiry is all about. Tinubu carrying people along in governance, says Shetima. Tinubu carrying people along in governance, says Shetima. That's coming from the vice president. And below that, Aso Villa not vacant till 2031. Aso Villa not vacant till 2031. President fulfilling promise to region. You find all that on page 3. And on the bottom strip, we have PDP, ADC lock horns in supremacy battle. PDP, ADC lock horns in supremacy battle. With a rider, Mark Aregbesola take oaths of office. Mark Aregbesola take oath of office. Those are the ones who have, officially joined the ADC. That reminds me of Madam Nasir El-Rufai, who has been banished from the SDP for joining the ADC. And he hasn't, his name wasn't mentioned here. Let's just hope he's among those who took oath of office for the ADC. At least let's know that he's fully now with the ADC. But as far as SDP is concerned, for the next 30 years, they don't want to have anything to do with Madam Nasir El-Rufai. Quite interesting. And finally, from the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning, on the bottom strip, federal government gives automatic employment to 200 outstanding youth corps members. Quite interesting. Federal government gives automatic employment to 200 outstanding youth corps members. You'll find that story on page 4. Again, sometimes the question is, how do you arrive at that figure, 200 outstanding youth corps members? There are a lot of youth corps members who are making serious sacrifices. If you go to some rural areas and see what youth corps members are doing, making serious sacrifices. So again, sometimes it boils down to luck. Some get chosen. Now 200 of them will get automatic employment for their outstanding services. Well, congratulations to them. And for those who are still putting in their best serving Nigeria, I hope they do get the required recognition at the right time. And that'll be all from the front page of the Nation newspaper this morning.
All right, from the Nation, let's check the front page of the Guardian. Discos overbill 2 million customers, struggle with meter efficiency. Discos, that's distribution companies, overbill 2 million customers, struggle with metering efficiency. And the commercial performance of Discos for May 2025, commercial performance of Discos. For May 2025, you have in Aba, in Abuja, in Benin, in Eko, as a co-distribution company, a Nugu distribution company, Ibadan distribution company, Ikeja, Jos, Kaduna, Kano, Port Harcourt, and Yola. And collection efficiency remains poor as discos rely more on subsidies from the federal government and customer reclassification into Band A, despite a 7.3 million meter shortfall. Rather, rely, according to this report, on subsidies from the federal government, and the customer reclassification into band A. That's where possibly they make money, despite a 7.3 million metering shortfall. It's, this is not a feel good thing because there is a company, many of them, since the time that we had the privatization of this sector, especially the distribution companies, and we talked about yesterday how many of these companies would do almost nothing in improving infrastructure. The existing ones are there. If you have issues in your area, you attend to Israel.
Yeah. They are still operating like the old NEPA.
Like the old. What are you really adding? And now metering shortfall everywhere. Now, the distribution companies are not even the one pushing. They should be the one. Now, if you want to make money, now you have a device, that's the meter, and all of those things. The technology can help you in doing this to have more money. You should be the one pushing it.
Absolutely.
Now, we learn there are
now people are even lobbying to get meters.
People pay, and they don't even have it easily. Sometimes it depends on who you know at a particular business hub before you can get access to that meter. Some have stories of maybe years, months, weeks, and they won't have it. Now, these things are supposed to be what will make the business of those distribution companies easier. It can make more money, the calculations will be better, and it will be, fair on the part of the customers as well, because they will know is what I'm buying that I'm using.
For,
Now, in this case, estimated billing everywhere, of course, there are energy thieves as well. People who just do anything to steal, and they won't want to pay. But then the system is even messed up. 7.3 million, metering gap. So how do you make
even that figure for me sounds too conservative for me? 7.3 million.
Officially speaking, because I'm sure that
looking at the population of Nigeria,
there are communities that have never even
that's the point.
seen what do you call it?
A prepaid meter. Yeah, that's the point.
There's some houses
even that figure
when you talk about it, they will have to Google it to see what it looks like.
Yeah.
And you have distribution. So how do you make your money? The people need power. You are the one distributing power. Power is not getting to the. After all, somebody said, a particular minister and former administration said, if you are serious, in 6 months, you will fix power. At the end of the day, that individual was put in charge of power and work. Actually, after his 4 years, they couldn't do jack. They had to take the ministries into works differently, power differently. So, okay, I'm going to fix your work.
But definitely he had the intention to fix it. But unfortunately, he got there and probably discovered that, no, this is far beyond what he thought
I like
it was.
The political side. Because,
I'm just trying to, because he said it with so much passion.
Raji Fashola,
yes.
Who said that before APC got into power, that was one of their campaign promises, that if you are serious, in 6 months you will fix power. This is almost 10 years. More than 10 years of APC.
No, I was shocked when he couldn't do anything.
All power
when he couldn't fix,
when
he couldn't fix it.
Okay, all right. This is where we are. That talk is cheap. That's what they say. We are still having issues of discos, gencos, all the codes will come, and these are the issues. So they would rather rely on the subsidies from the government or the classification into band A. What happens to other bands? The bandless or the abandoned. All right. Away from that, northern leaders criticized Tinubu's record as governor. Others rally in defense. It is what it is. And I guess we'll see more of these in the coming days. And for and against. Northern leaders criticized Tinubu's record as governor. Others rally in defense. And below that, Nigeria's economy to grow by 3.4% this year. IMF affirms. IMF again. Nigerians will say again. All right. And Nigerians spent 1.3 trillion naira on PMS in June as Dangote marketers deepen competition. All right. And current security architecture can't contain insecurity, earlier say. So what should work? Or what will work? Federal government cautions as Ghanaians allege ritual killings, prostitution against Nigerians. Federal government cautions as Ghanaians allege ritual killings, prostitution against Nigerians. This is one development that should be really investigated for the substance of the matter. Or is it just allegations just to get our Nigerian brothers and sisters off their lives?
That's the point. That's the point here. Because like they said, because I saw that report, and in that report they said the Igbos have taken over their markets. Igbos are known to be traders wherever they go. The same thing happened in South Africa. I even heard someone in Ghana, it was when I was speaking, he said, what they do, what the Igbo guys do, they get there. I mean, they just buy so many shops in the markets. Just keep it for their brothers, and they keep coming. So they've actually taken over their markets, trade and commerce. And now these people are agitating. So you have a point there. It should be well investigated.
Yeah.
Are they just agitating simply because they are being outsmarted
Nigerian
in the
must go.
markets? Yes.
Yeah.
And now they are saying Nigerians must go.
Yeah.
I mean, reminiscent of what happened in Nigeria in 1983 under Shagari, when they said Ghana must go.
Yeah.
We gave rise to the popular checkered bags, Ghana must go bags.
Yeah.
Now the same thing is happening in 2025. Ghanaians saying Nigerians must go.
But then it's a development that should be properly investigated.
Absolutely.
Because yes, why the entrepreneurial spirit of Nigerians, especially Eastern people that are known for that all over the world, they are known for that, for business, for entrepreneurship, they have the way they do their things, actually, because they expand, in as much as about business, they keep expanding. And, that might upset the people that are there who have a way of doing their things, in a conservative one-man, one shop, and you just get somebody who gets into that place in 2 years, has bought up like 10 shops because he wants to expand and bring his people, even if it's legal, you expect in a kind of way there might be jealousy and all of those things. But then you can't take it away. Even the South African story, that yes, there might be some unscrupulous Nigerians who deal in drugs. And what it takes is just to have one Nigerian being caught, the other one being caught, 3 of them, and then you see the blanket renaming of everybody Nigerian, to be, Nigerians are drug pushers just because of the action of
just a handful of,
These are the issues. And you can't take it away. I was seeing a video earlier this morning where in a train, I think it's in UK or US, some people had problem with themselves and they were beating up themselves it's in a bus. It's normal bus in the UK. And guess what? They are both Nigerian. And other people had to be scampering for safety. They held one another, beat up one another to the ground, and all of those things. And you know what will happen? If there is a French in that bus, if there is a Cameroonian in that bus, somebody from Haiti, somebody from Jamaica, by the time they get home and they are giving story to their people, what will they say? Nigerians are fighting. That's what they will say. So what it takes is for somebody to just see them in another man's land. There's a time in Dubai, there's some group of Nigerians went on, and they burgled a shop, a jewelry shop. Guess what? Maybe they were just a group of friends that decided to be unfortunate. 5 of them or 6 of them, they are Nigerian. What will those people say? Nigerians are thieves. That's what they say. And, there was a time in the same Dubai that people took their their courteous behavior, and they were hitting one another, destroying cars, destroying all those places. And what would the nationals say? I mean, the people who owns the land, Nigerians are violent people. These are the issues. So we have an issue from our side to really look inward. Now, you know what it takes is to have one bad egg in a crate.
Absolutely.
And if you don't take care, all of the other eggs will be, these are the issues. So we can't really dispel and say, they are lying. By the way, we can't say it's the truth as well. So
it should be investigated.
We hope NIGHTCOM and the Foreign Affairs Ministry will investigate this and come to the aid of Nigerians if actually it's about jealousy and all of this.
Yeah, because I've seen a video where a Ghanaian was complaining seriously that they can't even, that sometimes they go to the market that to get a shop is a problem because Nigerians have bought.
It happens here as well.
If it's been legally done, you can't blame them.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, they're
in this part of the country, in the Southwest, there are some of those people, there are some of those arguments as well, in which they will say, our people from these have bought up this place. And what I usually want to tell them is this: is they hold gun to your neck?
Exactly.
It's your uncles that are selling you people's heritage.
Yes.
I mean, heritage. Now, Ile Baba Wani, the way they say it here, is our father's, our family house. Some people from a part of the country have bought it. Somebody sold it.
Absolutely.
And if you have money as well, go and buy it back. But the argument sometimes is they say when you cross over to some other part of the country, they might not get to send land to people that are not from that particular place. But then it gives rise to, apart from the fact that we have a right to do business, freedom of expression, movement all across the world and all of those things, and from time immemorial, people have been moving around, it's normal. It's the fact that, sometimes it sounds ridiculous, and due respect to Ghana, that Ghanaians will be telling Nigerians to go. Can Ghanaians tell an American man to go? Can you look at them?
I guess they're just being vindictive.
I'm just saying
because of what's happened.
In the 80s that you talked about, and the rivalry has been there, especially in South Africa. That was, in fact, they took a person and say
South Africa, their own is even too petty that Nigerian men are even taking over their women.
Especially, do you call that petty?
Because when we have guys, Nigerian men are hustling, they're doing business, they're making money, and your girls are flocking, and your girls are flocking after them. Now you start getting envious.
I don't understand that. You know, that's somebody's investment that you people will come and take over.
Oh boy, these guys are not serious.
It might sound funny, but you know. The way we do here in Nigeria, you know, for an average person, a man, even when the lady is saying, don't worry, you say, I'm off it.
We give transport.
You know, these are the issues. And in that place, maybe it's like P2B, they don't give shit.
Oh boy.
That top strip. All right. That should be a compliment to P2B and his people. Anyway, not a shade. 210 trillion naira audit gap. I needed time to get it right. NNPC boss tells Senate, okay, take your time. For this audit, we must have it.
Absolutely.
It must be shown. NDLA auctions, drugs, traffickers' properties in Lagos, Kano, Ondo, and Ogun. And lastly, mob lynches police officer's son for beheading brother. In Ondo, mob lynches police officer's son for beheading brother. In Ondo.
Now 2 sons are gone like that.
Bizarre. One wouldn't know what they were under. You know, what influence?
The mob sometimes, I think we should be careful. Okay, he beheaded his brother, so why must you kill him? Let him face the law, the full wrath of the law.
So the family has lost two family members.
Now they won't even find out the motive behind this killing, the brother.
And you know, there is even a place of mistaken identity. There's a place of false narrative. You know, it's a prayer that may you never be victim of mob.
Exactly.
Because most of the times they are headless and they don't think.
Yeah, they've killed innocent people.
One person to say he did it.
Exactly, and that's it. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it doesn't. And later when they realize, they now start feeling remorse.
The deed is
exactly.
Nobody will even come out. You know, in our place they say nobody eats with the knife that is lost. If a knife is lost in the house, and the mother of the house, the woman, he say, who has seen my knife? Nobody will come out to say because the knife is lost. That's all. That will be all from the Guardian.
And from the Guardian, we quickly take a look at the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper. On the Daily Trust, we take just the banner headline. ACF says North sidelined as Tinubu's men showcase projects. ACF says North sidelined as Tinubu's men showcase projects. That's talking about the Arewa Consultative Forum, complaining about the North being sidelined. The presidency, of course, has come up to say that that's not true, that Tinubu is actually carrying the North along. That will be all from the front page of the Daily Trust newspaper this morning. That also brings us to a conclusion of the newspaper review segment of the show. We'll take a short break, and when we return, we continue with our conversations. Please stay with us.